Welcome to Cavway, another of the test beds. We are located east of Oxford near the M40, and that puts us almost halfway between our last two presenters, halfway between Millbrook and Culham. Cavway is another of the controlled environments, and we are specifically looking at highways and junctions with a special emphasis on the cellular and V2X. So we're working really hard to bring together the C and the A in the connectivity and automation acronym and allow you to look at specific items where those things come together, and that's what you have to do in really awkward situations. And hence junctions, because that's usually where all the fun happens at junctions. So we've got a whole variety of things that I'll show you as we go around, including some more formal junctions, sort of ADAS areas. However, the big problem is we are not quite finished and open yet. So I'll also show you on the timing of how everything's coming on. So this whole program's coming into place through all the test beds with Zenzik, but we're not quite there yet. I'm sorry, we're running at the last. This is the site that we'll have basically by the end of this year. It's built on an old airfield, so you can sort of see evidence of runways across the site. But we'll have the main highway loop running around the outside. That's just over 3 kilometers and includes various slip roads on and off and junctions that I'll mention a bit more of in a moment. It includes intersection area where we can make up our own junctions. Also includes an ADAS platform for absolutely set legal tests that are required for NCAP and the like. And then all the workshops, office and other facilities are over in this corner. There's a lot of white space on this picture because what we intend to do over the next year or two is fill in with all the rest of these. Lots more junctions, lots more bits and pieces. So you're getting a sort of an early stage with us. We're kind of in the same journey as everybody else, putting all of this together. So the main thing is junctions connectivity. So in terms of junctions, we've got areas where we've got normal slip roads on and off, on the straight, 2 lanes into 3, curves, 2 lanes running into 4 lanes with extra junctions. We'll have more of these types as we bring them together. This is what we'll have by the end of this year. We will be, as I say, adding other types, but these are full-size roads, full-size slip roads. We can put full platoons on if we need to, and they're all there. We can run clockwise or anti-clockwise around, so you can emulate left-hand drive, right-hand drive, and get all of the traffic that we can then build up to create all of those problems that happen at junctions. We'll never be able to build every possible junction, so what we've put in also is this flexible platform. So this is an area that's basically a big flat piece of tarmac, 100 meters across, with various entry and exit roads that you can run scenarios, whatever you like. We will be able to add in there roundabouts, traffic lights, temporary metal markings, whatever's necessary. And to give some idea of scale, the top left corner, for those of you who know Swindon, this is the magic roundabout at Swindon, which is famed for being the most awkward place ever to drive through. This roundabout will fit inside this. So if we want, we can recreate the magic roundabout and allow those kind of really tricky test scenarios to be understood, played, replayed, time and time again. And that's where one of the differences is about a controlled environment. You want to run it, rerun it, go back, run it again, stop any point. That's what we can do with the controls, and that's where locations like Cavway and the other controlled environments complement the public road, where you get what you get. Here we can manipulate everything to get exactly what you want. You've seen all of these photos before. Peter showed them all. So we've got the same kind of equipment. It's basically grown out of the ADAS testing. So all of the equipment, whether they be cyclists, motorcyclists, pedestrians, vehicles, soft vehicles, or controlled vehicles, they're all available on the site. And what this means is we can manipulate everything around, say, your test vehicle or another test vehicle. So we can bring vehicles in front, behind, and move them and position them at speed within millimeters. That's the level of control that we have in this controlled environment. We can link this in with all of the junctions, so we can control things at junctions, pulling out in front, all of those kind of things. It allows a high degree of control of all the physical pieces. So if we then put in the connectivity layer, we have on site a private network, 4G, 5G. So see some of the cell towers that are already gone up. We also have V2X roadside units at the bottom right, lots of those around, where we're using technology that we've already developed in other programs, which is this IDAPT unit in the middle at the bottom here. This allows us to manipulate everything the vehicle hears. On the previous slide, you've seen things in the vehicle can look around other vehicles, infrastructure, what the vehicle sees, but here we have everything the vehicle hears. We can also put devices inside the car, so we can then start playing all of the things in the car to the car and emulate any of the technologies through software-defined radio for creating traffic to the vehicle, and this is data traffic. So we have from outside the vehicle everything from cellular to traffic light messages. We can plug it in and get more messages. Other vehicles around all sending data, and everything inside the car as well, with support for all the different variants of messaging, cellular, V2X, DSRC V2X, whether it be encrypted and secure or unsecure. We've developed all the software for this ourselves, so if you've got new messages that are not part of any standard, we can add those in and generate any kind of data traffic and message traffic, as well as the vehicle traffic. And then the key piece is synchronizing all of this lot. It's all very well having data go down, the cell go down, lose some of the bandwidth, extra high latency, or traffic lights changing. But we've all had that situation when you're driving, you approach a traffic light, it changes just at that point where you think, do I not? Or an emergency vehicle arrives just at the point you think, I can get out of the way, no I can't. But here we're all about synchronizing everything. So if you want to have cellular network change to low latency at the point where the traffic lights change, at the point where an emergency vehicle comes out, at the point where there's another DRC message, at the point where something happens inside the vehicle, we can synchronize all of this together and control it time again, repeatedly. And again, it's all our system. So if you bring your own device and want to control that and add it in, we can. So we can add in any other device to control it and synchronize it with everything else that's going on around the environment. I think that's one of the key capabilities that we're bringing to the party here. Alongside that, we have all the normal mundane bits and pieces, workshops and garages. Being an old airfield, there's a convenient old hangar left around by the RAF, so we're converting that into a whole load of workshops at the moment. Again, as mentioned before, that they are available, configurable, short, long term, whatever you need. One of the last pieces I'd like to say is the engineering that we can bring. IDIADA has a large engineering service capability in the UK. We can bring that engineering support from various sites to assist you in developing whatever it is you need to do. I think I've showcased some of the things that we've developed ourselves in terms of the control systems and the electronics and the site itself, so we can work with you and help you to integrate your own system and then put it through its paces. So the last question is when. As I mentioned, we are still working on the site. When it comes to the engineering, things like safety engineering, cyber, that the team's already in place, been there for some time. The ADAS equipment's already being used on various programs, so that's all up and running. The V2X, well, again, we're building on programs that we've done before. So, for example, you may have seen some of the MUCA programs in previous year. That's multi-car collision avoidance with messaging between vehicles. That's the basis that we're using. So we have all of that available, adding in the infrastructure piece. And then it's the final pieces on site, the tracks, enabling the 4G, 5G cellular and the workshop pieces that won't be available until Q1 next year. And I know that means there's a very short amount of time between January and March, but we thought it worth bringing this to everybody's attention so that if you need to do things that we can offer, then we will be there. We will be able to help you, but it's in that short window at the end. So I'm going to leave you with somebody else's contact details. It's marvelous. I'm standing in for Paul Atkin, who looks after the sales and will be actually the site manager when we're up and running. So my name's David Price, but if you've got any questions, contact Paul. And with that, thank you, and back to you, Richard.